Throughout 2021 and early 2022, Indiana Jones 5 filmed in breathtaking locations around the world. Today we're going to be taking a look at all the Indy 5 filming locations with some terrific aerial footage, behind the scenes footage, and a look at the history of these wonderful locations. Whereas Indiana Jones 4 filmed entirely within the United States, this newest installment was filmed in Europe and North Africa. In March of 2021, it was reported that Harrison Ford was on his way to Scotland to film in the Scottish Highlands. It's unclear how much was filmed here or even if filming was done here before June, but what we do know for sure is that in June, the production filmed at Buccleuch Moor, which you might recognize from 2012 Skyfall. Some of us have speculated that this mountain could be the opening image of the film. There were also scenes filmed at Loch Lomond, Dumfriesshire, which hosted World War II-era cars and motorcycles, and at Inverary Castle, a Gothic revival-style structure built in the 1700s. Another significant scene filmed in Scotland took place at the Letterfoot Viaduct in Melrose, which was built in 1863 and served the Berwickshire Railway up until 1948. Here, Harrison Ford was seen filming in public for the very first time in the production. But the biggest shoot in Scotland by far came in its largest city, Glasgow. Founded in the 6th century on the River Clyde, the Indy 5 production transformed this city into 1960s New York. A huge stretch of the heart of Glasgow was decorated with American flags and bunting as a massive Apollo 11 parade was filmed, in addition to a Vietnam War protest and more. Moving south across the border, England served as the main hub of production with many months spent at the Albert R. Broccoli 007 stage in Pinewood Studios. Conceived and built in 1976 by Ken Adams for The Spy Who Loved Me, it twice had to be rebuilt after fires during the productions of Legend in 1984 and Casino Royale in 2006. Nearly every Bond film since 1977 has filmed here, in addition to the first Tomb Raider movie, Solo, A Star Wars Story, and many others. However, the shoot that really kicked things off in terms of public knowledge of Indiana Jones 5 came to the far north at Bamborough Castle. The original fort built at this location by Celtic Britons stood from the 5th century to the year 993 when it was destroyed by Vikings. The Normans then built the core of the current structure, which was eventually surrendered to William II of England in 1095. Its current owners, the Armstrong family, purchased it in 1894 and heavily restored and refurbished it. This location would serve as a Nazi World War II castle, possibly a POW camp. A few hours to the south in Whitby can be found the North Yorkshire Moors Railway, a historic railway which runs through the North Yorkshire Moors National Park. This location served as one of the major set pieces of the film, a World War II-era chase involving a stunning Nazi train armed with mounted guns. Moving back down to the south, Oxford was one of the few British locations chosen to represent itself in the film. Oxford is best known for its prestigious university, which is the second oldest in the world, having been around since at least 1096. Indy visited this location and the home of a colleague who we speculate to be the Toby Jones character. And then there's Luton Hoo, an estate about an hour north of London whose previous film locations include the James Bond films Never Say Never Again and The World Is Not Enough. In 2007, it was converted into a hotel, spa, and golf course. So you could stay at night at this Indy 5 filming location if you wish. Moving now toward the heart of London itself, Crocker's Folly is a former pub built in 1898 by Frank Crocker, who believed that the new Grand Central Railway terminus was going to be built there. Crocker spent a fortune on marble walls, pillars, and ornate designs, naming the pub the Crown, only to learn that the terminus was to be built half a mile away. Today, it houses a Lebanese restaurant, leading me to suspect that its use will be seen in the Morocco section of the film. Not far away lies the commercial zone of Hatton Garden, named after 16th century Lord Chancellor Christopher Hatton. It was here that Harrison Ford was first spotted in character after recovering from a shoulder injury and subsequent 3 months absence. Like Glasgow, this area was refashioned as 1969 New York for the film. And one final location here relevant to Indy 5, but not a filming location, The Bike Shed in East London, a private club for motorcycle enthusiasts, served as the film's wrap party, courtesy of Harrison Ford himself. After filming was complete in Hatton Garden, the crew departed the UK to Sicily, where the first unit was set to film all over the island at incredible locations. And the crown jewel, in my opinion, was the beautiful coastal city of Cefalù. Nestled below La Rocca de Cefalù, the breathtaking city is a major tourist destination and is known for its stunning Norman cathedral. Built in the 12th and 13th century, it was originally conceived as a mausoleum for the royal family, but eventually found its use as a church. Indy 5 filmed all over the city, and it was here that Ford posed with cosplaying fans for pictures which became a sensation around the globe. Another massive Sicilian city involved with production is the World Heritage Site and historically rich city of Syracuse. Founded by Greek settlers around 733 BC, it was famously besieged by the Romans in 213 and 212 BC, during which the inventor Archimedes devised ingenious defenses, including a massive claw and a heat ray reflecting mirror. Photos of Ford in character revealed a guide to Syracuse, and it is believed by many fans that the aforementioned siege will play a role in the story. Ford and Waller-Bridge were seen filming in the Neapolis Archaeological Park at the Ear of Dionysus, a man-made cave carved out for the purpose of water storage. The ruler Dionysus also used it as a prison for political dissidents. The acoustics of the cave made it impossible for the prisoners to converse in secret, and it also amplified the sound of their screams while being tortured. Syracuse also hosted filming at Castello Menace, a citadel built by Frederick II in the 12th century, on the site of a fort built 2 centuries prior. The abandoned fishery of Tunara del Secco served as the location of one of the film's most surprising public shoots, which featured a downed World War II aircraft, Indy and Helena recovering from a parachute drop, and a showdown of ancient Greek and Roman soldiers. And another of the absolute gems of Indy 5's production, the Doric Temple of Segesta, situated atop the area's breathtaking rolling hills. Thought to be built by the Greeks in the 420s BC, there are some who believe it to have been built by indigenous populations. The temple is surprisingly well preserved, and this location seems to have been chosen over the Magna Graecia temple, which the location scouts had also been looking at. Castellammare del Golfo, the sea fortress of the Gulf, was used for additional coastal filming, where Indy and co. united with the Antonio Banderas character. Marcello's lagoon at Stagnone, an area known for its salt marshes and windmills, reportedly served for filming of a yacht sinking scene, while elsewhere in Marcella, additional footage featuring Ford, Banderas, and the others preparing for deep-sea diving was shot, in addition to a scene of Indy on a yacht, which was Harrison Ford's final public scene in character. Harrison Ford secretly flew from Sicily to Fez, Morocco, to film a few scenes. Perhaps for the scene where he talks to Sala that we saw in the trailer, and for this shot of Indy arriving at a hotel. The city of Fez was founded by Idris I in 789, and it became a politically important city and well known for its religious scholarship and mercantile activity. To this day, the spiritual and cultural capital of Morocco, its nicknames include the Mecca of the West and the Athens of Africa. The second unit would later visit Fez as well, where they filmed another jaw-dropping chase scene all over the city, featuring auto rickshaws, also known as tuk-tuks. And on that note, you are now up to speed on all of the known Indiana Jones 5 filming locations around the world. It was a fun research project for me, and I hope you enjoyed learning some things about these places that you might not have known. Do be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Which of these locations would you most like to visit one day? Thanks so very much for watching, and once again, I wish you all fortune and glory. Bye-bye now.